Hi guys, this is Aditya Vora. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm sure your portfolio must be in the best of health. What a relentless rally we've had over the past 15 months. In this video, I'm going to talk about which sectors are going to create wealth in 2022. In the stock markets, past performance is never a cursor to gauge future prospects. Market kya lagta hai or where is the market going from here? That is the most common question asked to us these days. And why shouldn't it be? We are all nervous seeing the Nifty rally. The Nifty in the past 18 months hasn't had more than a 5% correction at one go. Now that's a ferocious move. Honestly, in my opinion, it is futile to make a prediction on where the market will go. Let me tell you a story my father told me every time I asked him, market kya lagta hai? Imagine you're walking your pet dog in Mumbai. You have been doing this same walk for years, starting at your house in Chopati, strolling through Marine Drive, and ending at Nariman Point. The key words here to focus on are you, the owner, and the dog. The dog has boundless energy and never walks in a straight line. He leaps randomly from one direction to the next, stops and smells every leaf, barks at other dogs. At any point, there is no predicting on what the dog will do or which way he is going to leap. His movements are absolutely unpredictable. But you know he is heading towards the end of Nariman Point where he will finish his walk. That's because you, the owner, is going to take him there. As you navigate through investing, the focus should be more on the owner, that is the individual companies and their earnings potential, and less on the dog, that is Mr. Market. In stock market, what is astonishing is that investors seem to have their eye on the dog and not the owner. You would need a modern day Nostradamus to predict with accuracy daily or weekly movement of the market. So let's talk about the reason you are watching this video. Which sectors to focus on going forward? After all, big money lies in catching new trends early and riding them. It is important to build a portfolio which has stocks in multiple sectors. When building a portfolio, every sector has different characteristics. Some sectors provide the delta in an upcycle, while some defensive sectors cushion your portfolio in case the market falls. I am sure you must be familiar with the epic Mahabharata. I have related the characters in Mahabharata to characteristics each sector has. So here are my top sectors to bet on over the next couple of years. Real estate. Now, real estate is at the top of my list. Let's call it the beam of your portfolio. Let me give you a few numbers to substantiate on why I think we are at the start of a big upcycle in real estate. The unsold inventory is at a 3-year low, indicating strong demand momentum, which is likely to even accelerate further. Due to reforms like RERA and GST, the strong have gotten stronger while the weak have withered away. Yes, I am talking about the consolidation in the real estate sector. You would be surprised to know the share of organized players has jumped from 17% in 2017 to 40% in 2020. That is a clear advantage to the listed players with stronger balance sheet. Oh yes, and how can we forget, in terms of property pricing, we are still at 2015 prices. Imagine the headroom for growth. Real estate is like the mighty beam. Once it starts moving there, there is no stopping. And currently this sector has all the tailwinds to take it higher. So now that brings me to my next sector. Now, once you have Beam in your portfolio, it is pertinent to focus on someone similar to Beam, but a bit more defensive, a bit more balanced. I am talking about the building materials and the home improvement sector, the Yudhishthir in your portfolio, the balance to the mighty Beam. The home improvement space is not only a direct proxy, but also a safe proxy to real estate. The home improvement companies have decent revenues coming from replacement demand, which is nothing but an insurance to a downfall in the real estate cycle. While talking to a broker recently, I realized if you put together the cost savings from A, stamp duty reduction, B, GST waiver if occupation certificate is received, and decade low interest rates, your basic furniture cost works out to be free. Now that's why I love home improvement sector. Proxy to real estate, but with an inbuilt insurance cover in it. Also, with global players like IKEA setting up shop in India, the opportunity for players in the home improvement space is massive. And once you are a trusted partner of IKEA, avenues to supply to the global market also open up. My next bet is the auto ancillary sector, the Arjun of the Mahabharata. The best time to buy a sector is when it is reeling under all negative news. The automobile sector is in doldrums over the past 5 years. Everything which can go wrong over the sector has eventually happened. Sky high fuel prices, surging raw material costs, increase in ownership costs, semiconductor issues, and whatnot. In certain segments, sales volumes are at 2015 levels. So in this case, my first and obvious choice would have been to play the automobile sector. But the way electric vehicles are gaining prominence, it is difficult to ascertain with certainty about investing in OEMs, especially two-wheeler OEMs. So in that case, why not play the auto ancillary sector? Few select players in the auto ancillary sector are indifferent to the electric vehicle adoption. That is precisely the reason I call them the Arjun of my portfolio, focused on the eye of the bird and indifferent to the surroundings. The million-dollar question in everybody's mind is, how is the electric vehicle shift going to happen? What about the charging infrastructure? What about the supply chain? After all, it is untested. At the moment, if you take the replacement cost of batteries, the cost dynamics are still in favor of petrol engines. I am sure it is a matter of time and scale before costs come down. But as of now, there is uncertainty. And markets, they don't like uncertainty. Predictable earnings are always appreciated. So picture this, a vehicle, electric or not, will need headlights, brakes, mirrors, windshield, tires. In fact, if we migrate to electric vehicles sooner than later, these auto ancillary companies would be better placed to capitalize as improvisation would have been very limited. In the above case, you should avoid auto ancillary companies which supply engine parts. They will be extinct in 10 years with the EV revolution. In my view, the focus should be on auto ancillary companies supplying to commercial vehicles. No threat of EVs in the near term, along with a play on the revival in the commercial vehicle sector, which is at the bottom and is expected to go only higher from here. Now that brings me to my last sector, the mighty Lord Krishna in your portfolio, the platform companies, or let's call it the futuristic companies. Lord Krishna in Mahabharata always had the foresight, which made him his biggest asset for Arjun. I believe, risky as it is, it's worthwhile to take a small position in platform companies like Zomato, which are already listed, and companies like Swiggy, Byju's, PharmEasy, Ola, Paytm, which are expected to be listed in 2022. While I agree the valuations are stretched beyond understanding, but it's a bet on the future. After all, not everything can be valued on Excel. Investing is an art as well. These companies have barely been in existence over the past 10 years, and the street is divided on ways to value these companies. However, I must warn investors that these companies are highly risky and only a part of your speculative capital can be allocated to them. Thank you for your time and hope you liked the video. Please feel free to connect with me.